Hey, everybody. Welcome to our third podcast. We have a lot to talk about tonight, so let's get right into it. I'm Joe.
I'm Lionel with Cowboy Boots, Hats, and Western Life Enthusiasts.
I'm Clay with Cowboy Cartel.
All right, guys. Welcome, everybody who's watching. And so, as everybody knows, we took a trip all over Texas last week, and we thought we would go ahead and do this podcast just kind of to recap. You know, it's going to be a while before my videos are out. I did some video editing today, and I got a trailer out for Joby. But all right, let's start by what's everybody wearing today? What hat you guys wearing?
Well, I'm wearing my new American 5200 with the little steel bits in there and the steel bands. And I got that at the NRS on the way to the factory. Uh,
Sweet. I'm wearing my trusty American 7800 with a little feather patch, thanks to Joe.
Hey, it looks good.
American feathers. Supporting all American.
There you go.
yes, sir.
Well, I'm not in a cowboy hat today, as everybody can see. I'm wearing my Dale Brisby hat, which he signed for me. And we'll talk about meeting Dale and our visit with him here a little bit later. But so last Tuesday, Lionel flew in to DFW Airport from... Hey,
What's up, brother?
get in, it's new hat day.
All right, let's get it.
Here, look, put this on. You look like a tourist.
Thank you. Feel much better.
Where'd you fly in from? Miami?
No, South Florida, not
Okay.
the Miami part.
Not the Miami part. So I picked Lionel up about 10:30 in the morning on Tuesday, and I mean it was just go nonstop, go the entire time, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Right from the get-go, picked me up at the airport, and we already knew what we were going to get done, and we just went and literally did it, verbatim.
I met back up with Joby on Friday after I dropped you off at the airport, and he told me, he said, if I'd have told you 2 months ago that you were going to go to Joby, Best Hat, NRS, American, Dale Brisby, Fenoglio Boots, and do that all in a span of 4 days, you'd have thought I was nuts. And he's right. I mean, it was an aggressive undertaking. But I don't think we missed too much. I think we didn't get to see as much of the stockyards as we wanted. But
Yeah, that's one thing we missed.
yeah. So
We did get to see Lucchese a little bit, though.
yeah. So first off, we went to the hotel. We stayed at the Hotel Drover, which is a fantastic hotel. It's called, or nicknamed, the Cowboy Hotel. Every room is cowboy themed. The hotel has kind of got a cowboy theme to it. There's a boot tree in every room. There's a hat rack in every room. There's probably 10 hat racks in every room. It's just, it's built for a cowboy, and it's got a cowboy theme, and everything is just, it's amazing. And there is a Lucchese custom shop in the hotel lobby, and it's the only Lucchese custom shop in existence. And I'd been there before. I've stayed at the Drover before, but Lionel and I stayed there just, to get the experience, and we planned on doing some videos. I think, Lionel, you got some video there, didn't you?
I did get a video of the hotel room, and it is out on Cowboy Boots, Hats, and Western Life Enthusiast channel.
Cool.
The whole video of the standard room experience at Hotel Drover at 4 Stockyards.
So yeah, we stopped by the Lucchese custom shop. I got a custom fitting. Lionel was going to get one too, but we had an appointment with Joby, and we had to rush out of there. And then we were just kind of booked. We tried to get back the next day, but that didn't work. So saying they're having a hard time hearing me. How about that? I turned the mic levels up. Can you hear me now? Great. And
Great.
the farther the farther away I get from the microphone, it's harder to pick up. So this microphone is kind of designed not to pick up room noise, but you kind of have to be closer to it. So I'll try to remember that. And then my camera does funky things if I get the microphone in front of me. So so we went to Joby's and we spent a couple hours. Well, actually, we spent like 4 hours there, didn't we, Lionel?
At the very least, he was very kind with us.
Joby's a great guy. Great hat shaper, a wealth of knowledge, and he has been, between American and Joby, they have been the most instrumental in helping me in all of this. American has been there anytime I need anything. If I have questions, they're more than willing to help, and they've been great in this whole thing. They've been, they stood behind us from the first day. Katie Lynn Armstrong made our banner, and so we really appreciate American. And Joby, he gave me that first interview, and he put me on, his story on Instagram, and that kind of blew me up a little bit, and it helped the American page. And so we really appreciate Joby, and he's always been there for any questions I have too, and he's just more than willing to talk. But he did an interview with both of us, didn't he, Lionel?
Yes, sir, he did, absolutely. And still have yet to post that up, but he basically, I had one of the resistals that you gave me, and he kind of just grabbed it and put the feather on it, and I asked him just to do up my shape, just the way I wanted it. And well, being South Florida, we don't have a lot of opportunity to meet with anybody that can shape a hat really, and he just whipped it right up exactly as I wanted. And then it was easier when I got my 5200 the next day to go ahead and get it shaped up exactly how it's supposed to be, and he feathered it up and all that. So it's really great. I actually want to grab my 40X deal and definitely send it over to him so he could go ahead and get that done up.
Yeah, and that, oops, making noise here. So that resistol, it was a mess. It's one I had. I bought it as an open crown. I had the crown done and the brim shaped, and it was just off. I never wore it, and it's just been kind of sitting around for a while. I brought it for Lionel because he didn't want to travel with a bunch of hats, and he knew he was going to buy one here. So I brought it for him to wear, and I gave it to him. But Joby fixed that up, man. It looked like a completely different hat. We put that feather on there, and the brim shape, nailed it. So, and then he gave us, I think he spent like 2 hours with us, giving us lessons on shaping. Kind of giving us 30 years of knowledge condensed into 2 hours. We didn't get everything. We didn't remember everything, but I tell you what, it's sure great to have somebody like that. And he pulled one of his hats off the shelf and shaped it for us right there. He didn't, that's a $130 hat, $140 hat. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have a customer for it, So that was really amazing. And Lionel, talk about those Joby straw hats, man, because those are something else, aren't they?
They are really nice, I know that the leather band is what impressed me the most, and I think that's what impressed you the most as well. So it's made out of goat skin, which is very interesting because it makes it super supple, and it just kind of, I know that like just touching it would conform to your head really good once you start sweating it. So
yeah. So for me, the sweatband was one of the most interesting parts. It was it's so soft and flexible. It was hard to believe it was leather at all. you had to really look at it, but it's really, really nice. And he really values the quality, and he goes down there and actually, if it's not up to his quality standards, he's not putting it out there. He's not putting his name on it. So I appreciate that. And the lacquer that he uses, he's got his own special lacquer. He's not using, industry standard water-based, alcohol-based lacquer. So I would imagine it shapes pretty nicely. It felt really good. As a matter of fact, it's one of those hats where you say, okay, that's worth $140, where, some of these you say, that's $140? Wow.
Yeah.
So,
This is all.
right. But while we were there, there was a baby that came in to get his hat shaped. Right? It was like a 2-year-old, right? 2 or 3-year-old came in to get an open crown hat shaped. Joby carries open crowns for babies. So I got video
That's
of
awesome.
that. I got video of that. That'll be coming. And it got patched up just like all the rest of his hats, and it was really cool.
Yep, that was awesome.
What did we do then? What did we do after that? Oh, we didn't get back to the hotel until like 10 o'clock or something, right? No, we left Joby's at 9. We got back to the hotel about like 9:30. And
Yep.
we didn't even eat that day, I don't think. Oh, yeah, we did.
No, we did. We went to the restaurant and we barely had time. She's like, "Hey, listen, there's the bar. You go and sit there." And
With
yeah,
open
it
crown
was,
baby can choose the crease. Yes. Andy's asking if the baby gets to choose his own crease.
yeah,
This baby was super excited about this hat. I mean, he was just like screaming at it and like, it's great. I mean, you're talking about a 2 or 3-year-old, and this kid
yeah.
was super
That's
excited.
great.
And
Kid
the
was
patch,
stoked.
when they patched up his hat, his face lit up. I mean, it was just crazy. I'd never seen a kid react that way to a hat. Usually they're, like, get this off of me, So, yeah, it was cool.
That kid knew that the hat was his. That's the thing. It's not just like a parent putting a hat on you and you're like, well, "What is this? You're gonna take it off my head anyway." It's like, hey, it's my hat. You know.
Right. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I was reading that and I didn't get to see it. But anyway, sorry, Lionel. You were talking about lunch.
Oh,
Kayla Parr.
and supper.
I think it was, yeah,
Yes,
Kayla Parr. She recommended this place, right?
yes, absolutely. She did, and Kayla, I just want to thank you so much because that was an awesome meal. The brisket was great. I ate a brisket burger for lunch, and then for dinner we went back and I think we had brisket. Some I don't know, something else was brisket, but it was good.
Yeah, it was the only place
Is that the
open.
one you sent me pictures
Um,
of?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it possibly.
yes, it was.
I I've sent so many pictures last week I can't remember. Uh,
Uh,
were you living vicariously through us there, Clay?
oh yeah, working
Wish
in the
you
Georgia
wish
heat,
you were
watching
here.
y'all have fun.
Wish you were here, buddy.
I'm definitely coming
I
next
think
time.
Clay Spirit was in that old man on the ceiling.
What's that?
Clay Spirit was in that old man in the ceiling.
Right. So we went back to the hotel after dinner, and I mean I was beat. It's just a long day. Lionel was tired, and so the next day we got up early, and what do we do? What do we do on
The
Wednesday,
next
Lionel?
morning we got up. We went to have breakfast at the hotel Drover.
It's good
Uh,
breakfast too. Yeah.
it was a good breakfast. What did you have for breakfast? I know you had tacos of some sort.
No, it was chilaquiles.
Yes, that's what you had. That's right. I had tacos,
Yeah.
and my tacos were like some sort of. One of them was a steak, and the other one was a brisket.
Oh, and then we went to your buddies at Rujo.
Yes, yes, that's right. We did went to go see the folks over at Rujo, and I got an interview with them, so we could talk about the brand and how it got started, what their process has been all along. Getting started through the pandemic, and basically now where they're kind of going towards.
Yeah, and those guys were really nice. Um, I ran I ran camera for Lionel while he was doing his interview because I had not met these guys before and I had no dealings with them. But we talked boots and stuff, and they had me try on a pair of boots, and then they wind up giving me a pair of boots. So I will be doing a
Well, that's
Rujo
awesome.
review.
There you go.
It'll be coming
That's
soon.
great.
Yeah. So that was nice of them. And a little bit of a spoiler. They I don't have a pair of goat, and they have some nice goatskin boots in a 7-toe, and they were nice enough to give me those. So great looking boots. We'll see how they hold up here.
Anything from them is a great looking pair of boots.
Yeah.
That makes some great stuff.
Oh, they sure do.
Yeah.
I have two pairs of theirs. Well, actually now three because I just got a pair of Rujos as well, and I will be reviewing that on Wednesday. They are a pair of hornback Cayman. I actually posted the kind of the preview to them, to the review on Cowboy Boots, Hats, and Western Life Enthusiasts. So they're going to be a square toe, like a roper type with a roper heel, or sorry, roper shaft, and it's hornback Cayman. It looks gorgeous. It's chocolate. I mean, about the nicest hornback you could ever see.
You were wearing when we went there. You were wearing the full quill 7-toe Rujos, and
That's
those
correct.
are good looking boots, man. They actually do look pretty good.
Yeah, the boots there. If you look, and that's why I was actually having you touch the hide when I took them off, or when I had them off. I told you, like feel that hide. It really feels like a high quality full quill ostrich, and yeah, it is a good looking boot, especially in that caramel color, where you got them slightly um, darker quills, and they just really pop. And I mean, just the whole boot looks absolutely gorgeous, shaft design, all that stuff.
Yeah. So next came the ordeal of getting Lionel a hat because we knew he could not go to American wearing a resistol. I mean, it just wasn't going to happen. I'd have left him on the side of the road somewhere.
That's right. That's why.
There you go.
So we went to. Lionel had all kinds of trouble getting stuff last week.
Joby's.
Yeah, he couldn't. He wanted to get a hat at Joby's. Joby didn't have one in his size that Lionel wanted. I think he wanted a 4.5-inch brim, right?
4.5 or 4.25 for this style.
Right. And
He didn't have a four and a
excuse me.
quarter either.
And so we went to Best. They had 4.25, right? But you didn't like it.
No, they didn't have a 4.25 in my size. I don't think, or I think they had a Bangora.
Yeah, they did have Bangora, and I didn't recommend. I highly advise not to get the Bangora as your everyday hat. A Bangora is great for work and everything, but I didn't think it was the right hat for you at the time for
Definitely.
what you wanted to do with it.
Yep.
So we called our buddy Kevin. Actually, Kevin was gonna try to pop in here with us tonight, but he just got off the road. He went to 3 John Party concerts in a row, and so he's kind of well connected in the area, and we had him find Lionel a hat, and ultimately he found one at NRS. So talk about NRS, Lionel.
NRS is a great place. Just uh, it it wasn't what I expected because I remember the only thing that set them apart from from every other Western store was the fact that it had everything that was like equine related, from saddles, tack, everything, feed, you name it. And then they had the biggest selection of boots, biggest selection of hats. I mean, I think they carried every single brands of everything. It was as big, if not bigger, than the Bass Pro Shops for the store. And so we did a video there um, of Noah. Noah actually shaped this hat up, and he did a great job. Um, and we just asked him a bunch of questions. He's a very young man, but man, he's a very good and polite person. I sure do appreciate him. Um, Noah, if you're watching this, thank you so much. But
Yeah, and
yeah, so they pretty much had everything. And oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say you did your video. You already released that, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's already released. NRS video. I released that yesterday, and also we went ahead and saw at the NRS they had a hotel or some sort of a resort on
Yeah,
their
they got
ranch.
bunkhouses and yeah,
Right. Yeah. It was like cabins or something like that, right?
yeah. They've got a hotel or something. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yep. I think it's it's like a bunch of cabins that you could rent out. Uh, basically on the ranch, and they have a bunch of, I guess, activities and things you could do there. So it's beyond uh, just your standard Western store.
Yeah, Andy says thanks for sharing your experience there, Lionel.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Andy. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a great video.
Appreciate it.
And I was surprised at NRS. I wish we had more time there. We were pressed for time everywhere we went because every place we went was either farther away or, you know, traveling through DFW. It's like a half an hour, 45 minutes to get from one place to another, and it just seemed like everything we wanted to do was rushed. There were a couple things we didn't care about, like Joby, and when we got to American, we didn't rush either one of those.
Absolutely.
But uh, you know, they had Rios of Mercedes, they had Anderson Bean, they had um, Fenoglio. They just had all of these great American brands, and lots of them too. So that was my first opportunity to see the Fenoglio, and I wanted to try on some of those Rios and Mercedes, but we just didn't have time. And I had two 500Xs cooking out in the car, and I was so scared that they were gonna, melt. I wanted to get the heck out of there. But that's kind of the problem. You drag this stuff around, and you can't leave it in the car all the time. It would have been
Especially in,
easier not to take all that stuff, but unfortunately, it was necessary.
yep.
But yeah, I mean,
We had
they just had so much great stuff. Go ahead,
they
Lionel.
did. Oh, I was gonna say we got a little bit of crap on our Facebook about one stop we made. If you could remember.
Yeah, the first place.
I
Yeah,
never saw that.
that's right. The first place we went after I forgot about that. After you got off the airplane, was we went to Boot Barn because Lionel ordered us a couple of jackets. They're like fall jackets that were on sale, ridiculously cheap, and it didn't fit Lionel, and it was ugly, and so we just sent them both back. But we just checked out the Boot Barn there in DFW and posted a picture of it, and I guess I don't really pay attention to that hater type stuff, but I guess Lionel, we got a bunch of flack for going into a Boot Barn.
I love reading the comments, man. It's great. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you read them.
Did
Did
I
y'all
just
see
do
all
it.
the hate that I got when I posted this picture? The picture of this hat with the patches?
No,
Can I
I
read
didn't.
those comments?
Yeah,
Dude,
you
I
know,
got so much hate on the patches.
What
It was
happened?
the funniest thing, man.
so
What they
here's my
say?
problem. Go ahead, Clay.
It was just this, man, you ruined a good hat, or how many patches do you need, or it was just all kinds of crap.
You know,
It was more love than hate on it, but it was just funny just reading it.
Tell them it's like a
I see
Subaru,
all
man.
these
Just put some,
comments.
If you're
put it
gonna
all
buy a
the way.
hat, I don't care.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know, um, I see all of these comments um, about patches where, you know, either that's stupid or why would you ruin a good hat or anything like this. Well, you know, here's the problem. It's not your hat. Don't worry about
Exactly.
what somebody's putting on their
Exactly.
hat. It's none of your business. If you don't like it, don't look at it, you know? Um, so it was not my preference to wear a patched up hat in the beginning, but to show my support for American, because we are running a Facebook, you know, group devoted to American hats. All of my all of my hats are patched up now, and you know they're not. It's not necessary for me to do that. I mean, if there, I think there are some situations where it would be necessary for me to do that, but we're not going to talk about those right now. But you know, it's ultimately it's your hat, and you know there was a hat maker who posted on. He asked me in a private message to you know about some kind of collaboration or something, and we never got back together on this. But he's a hat maker, and he also posted, you know, why would you do that? Well, why would you talk bad about somebody, you know, and the way they want to wear their hats, and be in that business? You need to, I don't know, be more willing to let somebody express themselves with their own hat. I don't know. I have a problem with the hate for how somebody wears their hat.
Yeah, our local guy here that I've gotten a couple hats from. I've actually convinced him now to do his own patches for his hats, because to me that's just more publicity. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
versus somebody asks you what hat you're wearing that's got the patch on it, they can see it when you're wearing the hat. It's just, you know, to me it's more of a support thing than anything.
So Andy's asking, are the patches permanent? And the question is a great question. They are not permanent. And I wish I had some to show right now, because I've got my patches, and they have been tested
I've got one right here.
rigorously. I put one on a $1,500 hat last night, and pulled it off this morning, and I was concerned. It left glue on there on the hat, but I took a lint roller and went over it, and the glue came right off. If they're left on there a long time, it will leave a mark, and you can take a brush, and the brush will take it right off. So it's not permanent. It doesn't do any damage. As a matter of fact, I've got some of my patches that the edges will curl up if you don't clean the hat well enough, and that's what I was testing with on a brand new hat, because I took a lint roller on a brand new hat, and I mean, I wish I could get the lint roller. You can see it. I took pictures of it this morning. You know, the just the little dust particles that are in it from the manufacturing process, because they actually sand these hats with a sander, and so you've got that little fine dust in there that you know, you have to kind of get off of the surface in order to get something to actually stick to it. So that's a great question. No, they're not permanent. No, they're not going to damage your hat. I mean, it might take a couple minutes worth of work to get the residue off of there in some circumstances, but I mean, it comes right off with either a brush or lint roller.
My 40X hat in the room, the American, that they had the patches removed, and can't even tell that there was patches in that position. So
yeah, no, there's no damage at all. And sorry, anyway, we were where were we at? Oh,
So Boot
yeah, yeah, Boot Barn. So
Right. So the jackets came in, and we went and picked them up. And turns out that I would have, I might would have kept mine, but it didn't fit. But uh, actually, the last podcast we did, remember we actually showed the folks on the podcast jackets,
yeah,
uh, and they were beige on the pictures.
yeah,
And
that's
when
right.
we got to the store, they were olive
Yeah,
green.
they were pretty
They were
green.
mixed. Yeah, just
Mm.
not at all what we expected. So just I thought it was better just to send them back, not
Yep.
worry about it.
So anyway, Wednesday after NRS, we finished our trip to Mitch Glenn's ranch, and that's where we stayed for the next 2 days. Mitch is an employee at American Hat Company and a really good friend of ours, and treated us just like family. It was so nice of him to invite us into his home, and that first night, he stayed up till like midnight. Had to get up in the morning and go to work, but he stayed up till midnight talking to us. Just had a lot of fun with him, and we really appreciate everything that he did and everything he still does, because he is a moderator. He's one of our first moderators, I believe, on American Hat Company Enthusiast Group. So we stayed there, and next morning we got up and we went to American.
Yep.
How'd that go?
It went well. We were running a little bit late. We were trying to get over there as fast as we could, and we were just trying to find the right roads to get there. Uh, GPS almost took us somebody else's ranch
Yeah.
over some cattle guards.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have to go through the field to get there.
Yep.
It was bad.
And we almost did it too. We definitely show some. We're gonna be the Dukes of Hazzards in an Audi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Kevin called us a few times while we were driving, and he said, "You got an Audi, man? What are you doing? I thought you'd have a Ford F-150 or something." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not a cowboy. I just play one on Instagram." So anyway, that was funny. Yeah, I drive an Audi, but maybe I'll get a truck one day. I don't know. Actually, I do have a truck, but the funny thing is, it's a Land Rover.
So
When I
don't you
when
have
I come out,
a
I'm definitely driving before I can have my truck.
don't you have a 1 year limit when you live in Texas to get a truck?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think as soon as you renew your driver's license, like when you change over, I think you have to do a credit app at the same time for a new truck.
So we made it to the American Hat Factory, um, and we had a little bit of a hard time finding the entrance.
Yes, yeah, because it said private entrance on one, and then the other one said nothing.
No, it said do not enter, use other door,
Something
I
like that.
believe. Yeah, we kept going back and forth, trying to follow directions.
I was gonna walk right into Keith Mundy's office, but
Yeah, literally.
yeah. So anyway, we got there, and Marche, who has been my point of contact with American for this entire time, and is just super helpful. And she's the lady I call if you guys have questions and I need to answer them, and I don't know what it is. So she's the. I mean, she just does everything there. I mean, she's the office manager, but she takes care of everybody.
She's the mom
Yeah.
of the place.
That's what we hear. I wasn't going to say that because she watches our podcast, but she is the mom.
Well, she says it, and
Yeah,
she's definitely got that about her, and that's a kindness, you know,
super nice lady, super helpful. Really like her a lot.
amazing for
Yeah. So everybody in the office,
everybody.
um, yeah, everybody in the office. I mean, everybody was really nice. Everybody was excited to see us, and it's just it's a completely amazing experience because it was nice seeing everybody, meeting everybody for the first time, and we were a little overwhelmed too. It's there was a lot going on. Anyway, what else happened, Lionel?
So then we went and met with Cody, who is basically the VP of operations in the factory, and we were also able to meet Keith Mundy, which is the CEO, and I mean, they just were so nice and treated us like family, and I just couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah, Lionel, can you? I'll just answer Andy's question. Andy's asking if we're talking about the factory. No, I have not been in another hat factory. I've been in several factories, but not a hat factory that I can recall. So we've got more video coming, and Lionel went through the the process with you guys, and I also did that, and I have a one-on-one interview with Cody Bates, and so that'll be coming. But I've got a lot of video to edit, and so the one I'm doing for Joby right now, it's coming first. I'm hoping to get that out in the next day or two, and then I will do the American after that. It should be out by the end of the week. But yeah,
I actually
go ahead.
released. Oh, sorry. I was going to say I actually released the because we both did a video, kind of different views of the factory. So I know that Joe, you have a bit more of an extensive one.
Yeah.
Mine is just a brief overview, but I did release a video yesterday, so folks have been very interested in seeing that. So if y'all want to see a glimpse of it, you guys can check out this one.
I got some good close-ups,
great
and
video.
I got some. I'm sorry, what's that, Clay?
So that was a great video. So
Yeah.
I've never seen that many hat bodies in one place in my life.
Right.
That warehouse is massive on hat bodies. In
Yep.
the background of that one section of the video.
Yeah, and you know what? Those felt hats are unbelievably thick. When you pick one up, I mean, they are seriously, it's thick. I was surprised.
Yeah.
It's like a rug almost. But yeah, I brought some wearable microphones, and from what I can tell, it really eliminates the background noise. So hopefully the audio will come out good and the video will come out good. I got some pretty good close-up stuff, and we'll see.
Good. Look forward to it.
But we like Lionel said, we met with Keith Mundy and Cody Bates, and Keith shared with us some stories, from from his past. That I'm not going to repeat because they were pretty funny, and some of his personal experiences with the Positive Times patch, and it was just it was a great time, and they welcomed us into the family, and we really appreciate that. It validates all of the hard work we've put into spreading the word about American hats, and just kind of helping to promote the brand and show our love for the brand itself.
Yep, and I must say, I mean, I'm grateful to American Hat Company for that, for accepting me into the family, as well. And I just want to say that I'm extremely proud of of that, and proud to actually wear American Hat. It is, to me, in my opinion, the best hat on the market. So
It is. It is. And it was very yeah, it was a lot to take in, and it's just we really appreciate that, and it's pretty exciting. So I have to put my glasses on here. I missed Andy's question, sorry.
oh, Andy said your videos really help build awareness for the brand and the work that goes into their hats.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good video, and we hope to do more things like this. I've got several ideas for comparisons on different X factors. I've got American has sent me tons of information on hat shaping, different hat shapes. These you've seen the American hat shaping card where you can see all the different shapes. Well, they have sent me full-size, high-resolution pictures of those, which are huge, and they're going to look better on 4K. So I've got to figure out how to put it all together, but that's coming. We've got a lot of stuff coming. I mean, it's just
You know,
it's a matter of
um,
getting it out there.
Most definitely. One thing that I was gonna say is, Cody Bates said something very interesting, and he basically said that anyone in the factory that basically handles a hat, regardless, all the hats are going to be quality checked at the end, but whoever uh, handles a hat in the factory, no matter where the process is, uh, in the hat making, they always kind of check it to make sure that the quality is great. So every time that we were doing something, so he was grabbing multiple different hats for different stages of the production, and every time he grabbed a hat, it just kind of came natural to him just to touch it and make sure that the stitching was good and everything, and he just handed back to the person and said, "Good job." Making sure that the hat that he was handling was perfect, and that just shows. I mean, I just saw how natural it was, and just shows the pride and commitment they have to putting out the best product.
Yeah, and I think he was saying also that anybody at any point in the factory can be a quality inspector. If they find something wrong, they can toss the
Correct.
hat.
That's right.
And Cody, man, that guy, he spent 4 hours with us, maybe more. And this guy is
Yep.
is one of those guys who he doesn't like to sit still, and he doesn't like to not be working. This guy has a working ranch. He works full time for American. He is the kind of the captain of the ship. Keith Mundy called him the captain of the ship. So he's
Yep.
driving American in the direction that they're going. Um, he also um, uh, has some land in Nakono, and he works after work. He'll go take care of that. So so he's got like 3 full-time jobs. Um, but I say all that to tell you, he spent 4 hours with us, and could have been doing something else. I'm sure he wanted to be doing something else, but it was really great of him to take the time because he knows you guys are interested in this. He knows you guys want to see this kind of stuff, and he knows ultimately it helps American. So we thank him for spending all the time with us. It was really, really great. I do want to relay,
Absolutely.
just to give you an idea how hard this guy works, I want to relay a story that he told me. During the pandemic, they were shut down like everybody else, and he said, I might as well go to work because there's nobody else there. So he would go in to the factory, and he'd make hats alone. I mean, that's kind of crazy, you know. He's getting hats out, and he said he was there all day one day, and he came out, and there's Keith Mundy, and he's like, "How long you been here?" He's like, "All day." "How long you been here?" "All day." They'd both been there all day and didn't even know it. So that was kind of funny.
Same in different part of the factory.
Yeah.
That was a really funny story, and I mean, and you know, it's funny because he can actually do that. You know, basically, you know, the pandemic was a perfect example. He could be out there working and pumping out hats by himself because he does know every single process of making hats in the factory. So he could literally just, you know, from hat body all the way up to finish and boxing, he could do it. That will be done.
All right. This is our 15-minute warning, I think. But just want to let you guys know we got about 15 minutes left. But yeah, so
Okay.
Cody, you'll see in the interview that he's been doing this for a long time, since he was 8 years old. And so he's worked at Best Hat. He knows how to shape. He goes to the NFR and has done shaping there. And he tuned your hat up a little bit. You wanted it shaped a little bit rounder in the back.
Yeah. A little rounder. I wanted a little bit rounder in the back, which he did. And then he also kind of dipped it in the front a little bit better, which it's perfect. I mean, Noah did a great job. It just, you know, it probably just went back, and I just, you know, told him if he could finish it up real quick. So he just got that done real quick, no problem.
Yeah. So
he's just.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying he's amazing. So.
Yeah. So Cody, you know, he still shapes hats. He still does any process in the factory if it's needed. You know, he gets out there and does it. But after that, you know, Cody hooked us up with an interview at Fenoglio, which was amazing because, you know, they're just in Nakona, about 20 minutes away. And so he hooked us up with an interview there, and we went there and we did a factory tour, and we got great video of all of that. And so that's coming soon too. And you guys are going to be interested in that because it's really cool, and these are really great boots. Lionel can't get his foot in one, but I can, and I love them. All right, hang on, guys. You talk. I'll be right back.
We made an unfortunate stop at Spicy Mexico, and
I heard about that.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
I did.
Well, I heard it's the talk of the town, but I don't recommend it.
Well, while he's trying to get that fixed, I know you recommended me giving them a call about getting a custom pair of boots. And so I got a review coming in 4 to 6 months of a pair of their boots when they come in.
If you want that 16 AA, man, they got you.
Yeah, they as far as they know, they've got a last big enough. Their factory guys weren't there Friday, and they're not open Sunday Friday. They're not open Sunday or Monday, and their guys were gone for the weekend. So they're giving me a call back Tuesday, and we're gonna get something set up and get something in the works and something built out for me.
So I had a bit of a hard time getting my foot in that boot, but that was just, I think it was mainly because I was feeling a little bit ill, you know, from the lunch we had at Spicy Taco or Spicy Mexico.
Spicy Mexico.
And Spicy Mexico. It wasn't spicy, but it was not good.
I think that's because
so
Lionel.
Basically, yeah.
I think that's because Lionel sent his first meal back and he didn't like it, so they probably, no, I'm not going to say they put anything in there because, you know, I'm not going to say that. But if you're ever in Bowie, Texas, don't send your food back at Spicy Mexico. Just don't do it.
Yep. It's not a good idea.
So we're going to avoid that one when I come?
First place I'm taking you, Clay. Oh, man, for sure. All right, so, yeah, we did Fenoglio. Fenoglio's an awesome boot. I love it. I tried on some rough outs that were I'm going to tell you, they are $20 more expensive than R. Watson, and they're made by hand in America. I mean, I don't even see any point. I mean, that's all you got to say right there, right?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. And they were really nicely made.
Great people
You
too.
know, the great people too, definitely. And like I said, I was ill, so I don't know if I just didn't put the work into actually sliding my foot into a new boot. I'm sure I could have found some way to have my boot fit me right. If I messed around with sizes, but right now, at that point, I couldn't really do much. But again, they gave us the factory tour. I did a one-on-one with the operations manager, and just absolutely great guy. And one thing that I gotta say, and it's a little bit off subject, but he had a ball cap like yours, and he had a crazy shape on it. It was the visor was shaped like kind of like a roof on a barn door, and I don't know, it was pretty cool. And I'm wondering, and if I should have asked him right there and then, but I don't know if he had that shaped with steam.
I don't know. I will insert for everybody watching later. I will insert a clip of him and his hat here, and you can see
That's a
what
great
Lionel's
idea.
talking about. But yeah, it was a great time. Great people, great boots, man. Just fantastic boots. I can't wait to get a pair of
Very
those.
good boots, yeah. The
But
colors,
huh?
Absolutely great people. So
yes,
absolutely great people.
yeah,
I was on the phone
very,
for about 45
yeah.
minutes with them Friday, and they were
Nice,
great people
nice.
to deal with.
So I think you were
That's
talking about
what's
that while I was changing my camera battery. Did you say they can make you a boot?
As far as they know, they can. Their factory guys were out working a rodeo this weekend, and they're closed Sunday and Monday. So she's gonna get with them Tuesday, first thing Tuesday morning, and give me a call back, and we're gonna try to get something going.
Yeah, we talked to the
So
owner. He
we'll
was on
probably
his
have
way.
two. If they can do it, I'm gonna have 2 to 3 pairs coming.
Yeah, we talked to the owner. He was on his way down there. That's why he set us up with um, the production manager, operations manager. Yeah. And Trey's his name, and great guy.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
believe
so
that's who's supposed to be calling me too.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Trey's gonna call you.
That's who's supposed to be calling me too.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. He'll help you out. Super
Yeah.
helpful. Super nice
Mean
guy.
guy.
Everybody we met in this tour was super nice. There was not one bad dealings in this whole thing. So it was really great. And so we went back and
Awesome.
stayed all night with Glenn that night again, and then we got up. We knew. So here's the deal, Dale Brisby. I had been messaging Dale on Instagram, and I knew that we wanted to go see him in this tour, but we weren't sure how it was going to happen, so we left it out of the telling everybody. We didn't tell everybody. But and don't be going and messaging Dale Brisby either. No, I mean he's a great guy. He's a great guy. But so we intended to go on Thursday and see him, but everything we wanted to do just was taking so long, and then we had the opportunity at Fenoglio. We wanted to do that, so we knew if we could leave Mitch's house by 9:30 a.m., we could get out to Newcastle, Texas, and still get Lionel to the airport on time. So we wound up going to see Dale on Friday. And we stopped for lunch because we hadn't eaten since lunch the previous day. And we had some great barbecue, but we were in Graham, which is
Oh yeah,
just about 20 minutes from Newcastle. And
rock bottom barbecue.
yeah, it was great. And so we're pulling in to Dale's, and Dale and his whole factory are leaving and going to lunch. So I'm like, I think that's Dale. And he's like, is it? I said, I think so. And so we get there, and we're like, hey, is the store open? And his assistant was just going to lunch too, and she's like, I'll open it up for you. So we go in, and I told her the story. We're here to see Dale, and who we were. And so she I gave her my phone number, and she texted Dale, and we had to leave and come back because he was going to be a while. He had another meeting. But he wound up meeting us about 2:30, and we spent some time with Dale. And that guy, I'll tell you what, is probably the nicest, most humble guy you can imagine. And it was so funny because I was like, hey, can I do a reel? And he's like, absolutely, no problem, please do. And I turned on the camera, and that persona came on like that, man. He switched it on. It was so funny.
I couldn't believe it, man. I'm like, wait, is that the same guy we were talking to? Because I know Dale Brisby from the show, and because I watch every single one of them, and the podcast and everything. And then I met him, and he just, I mean, he's the same person, but he just sounds like completely different. And then he got that Dale Brisby thing that is awesome. And then he, like when Joe did that reel, he just turned it on, and I wanted to burst out laughing inside.
See,
and I couldn't do it because we were still on the reel.
See, all of that was super spontaneous. I was like, come here, Lionel, watch this. I turned it on, and I was just going to I was just going to look like, Dale Brisby, what are you doing here? And he was so fast and so quick with his humor that he took over, man. He nailed it, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
That was great.
Because his assistant told me, that he is funny like that all day long. She said it's the best job she's ever had. She sits, her desk is right next to his, and he's not arrogant, because we've already said, he's the most humble, nice guy you can meet. He's not arrogant in person, but he's funny like that all the time, she said. And, so everybody there was super nice too. And we met all the interns, right? We met most of them.
Yeah, we did. The young lady that is actually a very great bull rider.
Yeah.
She was there. I mean, all the guys on the crew was there, and Dale. I've always had the most appreciation for him. Watching him on the rodeo time and the podcast and everything. I had the most appreciation for him. And then when I met him, it's sometimes you meet one of your idols and you're like, well, it wasn't so great, but man, it made him just that much better. And I really do appreciate him.
Are you reading my text to Dale?
What?
Are you reading my text?
Oh, is that
to Dale?
You write that?
I wrote that to Dale. I'm trying to pull it up here. I'm going to pull it.
We just have the same.
Yeah. I'll do a screenshot.
Same
I'll do a screenshot of my text to Dale, and I will put it in here when I edit because that is so funny.
It's just we have the same emotions on the matter. That's what it is pretty much. Just because we all know he's such a great person, and you just can't help but say that. And he told me, I asked him, I said, hey Dale, are you going to be in Cowboy Christmas this year in Las Vegas? And he said to me, well, God willing, I'll be there. And that kind of stuck with me too. And I said, that's great. And God willing, I will be there too. That's the plan, at least. And I can't wait to meet Dale Brisby, and I know I have a family, the American Hat Company, my family over there as well, to meet with me.
Yeah, it was. I'm hoping to make it to Cowboy Christmas too. We got to see, as you said, God willing. And that's another thing. Dale is a super, I don't want to say religious. He's definitely a Christian. He expresses that, and I think he knows that without God, maybe he wouldn't be where he is today, and maybe he appreciates that, that's where everything he has comes from. So he's got some hidden YouTube videos that are Bible related, and you can text him for that information. He usually puts it in his story. If I can, maybe I'll put that in here too. when I do the edits.
Yeah, I watched it too. I'm a big
Okay. And so anyway, I'll put that in here too. But we're going to have to wrap this up. We're right at the 30-minute mark.
Yep. Nope.
But what do you got
Want to
coming?
show off your Dale Brisby
Huh?
hat? Oh, said, did you want to show off your Dale Brisby
Oh,
hat?
yeah. So there's my hat. Riding bulls and
Nice.
punching fools, and then he signed it for us. He actually gave us both a hat. I had intended to buy a hat, and I told him, I said I want to buy a hat
Same here.
to show our support for you, and he said, nah, you ain't paying for it. So that was great. He was really appreciative that we came all the way and took our time to meet him and see him, and he thinks, anytime. This is what he said too, and I know we're running up against a wall here, but I think it's important to give you guys kind of an idea of Dale. He said, there's a lot of people you can be watching, or a lot of other things you can do with your time. So if you choose to spend your time watching him, I forget what he said exactly, but that's he really appreciates that kind of, and he appreciates that you could be doing other things with your time. So he's always willing to give back to fans and people who support him on the way. So he's just a great guy.
Yeah. He said it doesn't matter if somebody doesn't buy a shirt or a hat from him. Or whatever, just as long as people take the time to watch his podcast and watch his channel, that's something that he most appreciates, and that's those some strong words.
Yeah.
So I got this hat from him, and it was really nice of him to do so, and he signed it on the bottom right here.
Winnebago Ranch.
Yep, and also I kind of did a little modification right
There you
here.
go. There you go.
There you go.
But actually, I forgot. He invited us.
So much.
He invited us back to do interview and some more videos and stuff too. So, we got a lot going on now, but we might be seeing some more Dale Brisby coming up.
Most definitely.
All right, Lionel, why don't you tell us what you got coming up next, and roll us out here, man.
Up next, we're going to do the Rujo interview, and I'll be doing the unboxing to the Rujo Cayman, the Jakes. They call them the Cayman Hornbacks, square toe. Gorgeous boot, so I'm looking forward to doing the unboxing review to that. And we got a few more things coming up. I think there was 2 videos that you recorded for me that we got to transfer over.
Joby and Fenoglio, I believe, right?
Joby and Fenoglio, that's right. So those are the things that are coming up for me. And what about you, Joe?
So I've got the Joby videos coming out first. It'll be hat shaping and interview on the 500X Steel American, and then I've got the American Hat Company videos after that, and then Fenoglio. I'll have to do a Rujo review. I think that's about it right now. I don't know. I have to look. All that's coming. Like and subscribe to both our YouTube, Cowboy Boots hats. Lionel?
I got you. Cowboy Boots hats and Western Life.
Thank you, sir. And Cowboy Cartel. And you can follow Cowboy Cartel. Our link tree is at the beginning and end of every video, so you can website, Facebook page, American Hat Company enthusiast group on YouTube, on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Just everywhere, man. We're everywhere. We even do some crazy TikToks too sometimes.
I got to get on TikTok.
Yeah, man, TikTok's weird. I can't even read the comments there though. I have a hard enough time just reading comments on Facebook. But, you know, I got one video with like 200,000 views on TikTok, and I mean, I have no idea what the comments have ever said. I get comment notifications on that one all the time. It's not even my video, but they think I'm Forey Smith. Anyway, Clay,
You gotta
what's
do that Forey Smith mustache. I'm thinking
right? I
about
guess
doing
so. What you got going on, Clay? You're doing a video for us, aren't you?
I've got a couple videos lined up coming here soon. I've got a Greeley Hatworks custom hat review coming here very soon. I've got an interview with Laney House of Lane Creek Custom Hats coming up, and hopefully a video of him building us a hat. And I've been in talks with Take the Reins, Western Wear and Tack up above us. He's a full Rodeo King dealer, so he's going to give us a little interview and give us a walkthrough around of his shop, and hopefully a hat shaping and a couple other things coming up. I'm trying to get lined up here in my area.
Can't wait.
All right, so that'll be great. Can't wait to see those. As always, guys, it's great talking to you, and I'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
All right, guys, hang out for just a minute.